Oh, very, very good. I am live. Greetings and good morning, people around planet Earth. Have I got some news for you? It has been maddening times, but before I get into that, look what I found this morning. Do you see that? Does that look like a mouse to you? That is not a mouse, that is a rat. So Ratty is still in my house. I can't eat bananas. I do have a small bunch. They will not eat the citrus here behind me. Maybe you can see. They won't touch that. But look at all these little tiny teeth marks. Do you see that on the skin? This is every night when I have bananas. I have been having to hide my bananas either in the stove or in my washing machine, which bananas need air. And if I leave them in the washing machine, they start to go weird and a bit moldy on the top here. Oh my God, it's like never ending. And I can hear them at night scratching around, and then I hear them come down here. They smashed my soap bowl with all my soaps on it. Oh my gosh. So I am catching them, and then like at 3 o'clock in the morning, I'll then go walk down, half asleep, down to the creek and let them out, thinking they won't come back. And I don't know if they do, but they are so smart. Smarter than us, I think. They have been trying to make a nest where I've been clearing and moving and packing boxes in the shop. And I've got these real old-fashioned pull-up drawers with all these. It was an ironmonger, so I've got all these old little chute drawer things where I guess they put tools and bolts and things. And the rats have been getting in there, and oh my God, I'll walk in, I'll see, obviously because I've got powdered plant herbs and leaves and dried leaves all hanging, I will wake up and I will see dried leaves, rose petals, chamomile, all scattered across the floor. Then I'll see a roll of toilet paper pulled right out with the paper going up into the hole. And I'll open that door, and here are 2 rats, and they scamper out. I think they must be starting a family. I don't know what they're doing, but I don't want them in there. And this is, so every time I've removed it out, the next day, it'll either be toilet paper or old rags, my old singlets and things that I used for rags, they'll be pulled up in there. So yesterday, when I've been making soap, I end up putting some mothballs in there, and they hate that smell, and thank God they have gone. I don't know where they've gone, probably somewhere still in the shop, but it is driving me mad. And what do you do? What do you do? You know, I've got to think like a rat, and if I was a rat, I'd want to live here too. I'd want to live where it's nice and cozy, and I've got some big old bananas to eat. It's nice and warm, and it's a good vibe. If I was a rat, I'd want to be here too. So, God, it's frustrating. So how is everybody around the world? Oh my gosh. So you see, I have been flat out, and I've got some exciting news to share with you. I have been so busy, like so much more. Obviously, you know, anyone that's moving, it's hectic, but I got some new news to share with you. So I'm just checking in with you. Hey Narak, Isadore, hi Max, hi LL Sexy, hi Moonwiz, welcome. Oh, fantastic. Good luck with your nursing school. You must be so pleased to be at the end. So I have been flat out, and I really have been so busy, because what I haven't told any of you guys, maybe one of you, not online though, is your girl is opening a shop. I'm opening a storefront shop in a small town where I'd like to like live around on the outskirts of. So I don't have a house yet. I haven't sold this house yet. It's not even on the market yet. But so on top of moving, I'm opening a shop front. So Eluan, my shop that I've had online for years, since what, 2013, is now going to be a shop front, a physical shop where customers can walk in and they are going to be just wiped out with the energy of that place. So, do you know how this came about? It was just the most uncanniest thing. I had not even contemplated ever opening a shop, a storefront. Like, I've always done an online thing. And do you know what happened? I was lying in my bed because I was feeling really good about moving. And so when you're in that flowing stream of abundance and having good positive thoughts, and I kind of reflect on the day, I had a really good day because moving is stressful, and it's stressful for my family because they worry so much, and they think they're realists, but they project their anxieties and their fears about moving onto me, and I back them up. I say, hey, cut that out. You're talking to your girl here. And they know better than anybody how well the flow of abundance has always, trickled into my life. And they all know from my past experiences of, being in the right place at the right time, and the people that have come into my life, and the things that have happened. Like this, it's going to work out. It's absolutely in the flow. It's there. It's a done deal. And I knew that because if it was meant to be any other way, I'd still be here. I wouldn't even be contemplating moving. However, this one night I was lying in bed feeling good. It was a real good flow of movement, of energy. And all of a sudden, boom, I get this vision of a storefront and in this town. And I'm like, Spirit, where is this coming from? What's happening here? What's happening here? And the more I held that image that was given to me, the more it just started electrifying my body, and it just flooded over me like nothing. And I can tell you, the day before, not even a thought of it. The week before, not even a thought of opening a shop. I hadn't even contemplated this, and this hit me so hard. I kid you not, I did not sleep until about 3:30 in the morning. These visions and floods of visions and information, and what I would put in there and what I would do and how the interiors would look. God, it was just mental. This is spirit. When spirit comes, bang, it hits hard. It hit hard for me. Holy shit. And I was up, just lying there, just feeling this flood of energy and thoughts and visions, and I just had to sit and breathe through it and let it go, let the processes come. And I knew from that flood of information and keeping me awake for as long as it did, I knew without a doubt, I have to do this. I have to do this. And it felt so good. I was so buzzed. I was so electrified. And I knew that that was an indication of spirit guiding me to that. That feeling, that real excitement, that real warm, fuzzy feeling is your sharpened intuition. It is your compass needle guiding you. Allow that to be the guiding needle of your compass to put you in your right direction. And I was with it. I'm like, I'm surrendering. I'm giving it up. I'm going to do this. So that morning, when I knew my mother would be awake, so I wake up early, obviously. So I went to sleep about 3:30. I think I didn't have my phone is switched off. But I'm guessing I was around then because I woke up tired. And I woke up. I only felt like I went to sleep. And so about 8:30, I called my mum. My mother, bless her heart, ever the realist. I said something strange happened last night. And I told her, I think I need to open a shop. What? No, 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 no. And I said, well, it really kind of feels right. She's like, well, you're moving. How can you do this now? Well, where is all this going? And she's got 1,000 questions. And I said, like I could maybe afford it, paying somebody rent for a shop front. And the guy that owns this line of shops in this small town, she told me, oh, he won't take your call. He doesn't answer anybody. He won't talk to you. You'll never get in touch with him. And I said, and I had spoken to somebody else and asked for this guy's number because she didn't have it. And she's like, oh, he won't answer you. Nobody can get in touch with him. He's too busy. He won't take your calls. I said, well, look, I can only try this. I got to go with this. I got to feel this out. And she's like, okay, all right, go do it. If you feel like it's the right thing. So she was all kind of apprehensive and frightened and pushed in a box. So I got this number from, through a friend who works in town, has a business. And I called this guy up and he didn't answer. But as soon as I hung up, he called me back. Can you believe it? So that was the first good indication. And I just introduced myself and I said, I was maybe considering, opening up a shop front, and would this be something you're interested in? And what do you think about, I was telling him about what I did, and I was very upfront and transparent and honest. I said, look, there is nothing like this in this town, and there is for sure nothing around like this in this area. And you know what? This guy was so vamped up and excited about this. And we spoke on the phone for about 45 minutes. And as we're talking, I get this text from my mother saying, oh, did you manage to get in touch with him? And I'm thinking, did I manage to get in touch with him? He's feeling the vibe. He was all for, diversification. And I mean, I know I'm probably going to be called a devil worshipper and Satan's daughter, or I don't know what people. It's a very religious place, this area. But you would be surprised at who is interested in this kind of stuff, in this stuff. So, when I finally got off the phone to him, we were at the point, yes, let's do this. I'm telling you, that was another indication from Spirit. It was so seamless. Me getting in touch with him, and then him feeling the energy and feeling the vibe and getting on board and feeling so good about it, just like I did. And he's all for it. He's all for giving this a shot. And I said, I've never done this before. I said, I've been completely online with my business since 2013, and I'm willing to take a chance. I'm willing to try this. I'm willing to, see how this goes. Take it week by week. And he's so cool with that. He's such a great guy. And he liked the fact that 95% of my product, it's going to be done by me. The 5% that I want to bring in will be my henna and indigo. So I'll be selling, my henna and indigo for people that love dyeing their hair. And I'm wanting to bring in, obviously, some resins to blend my incense with, but also just for people to buy it kind of, just separate from everything else. And also tea. I've got my gorgeous friend from China. She lives, she lives in Germany and Beijing. But she saved my life when I was in China, and her name is May. And I love this woman with all my heart. And I didn't know her before I went to China, but I was introduced to her, and we just bonded so quickly and so naturally that when I went back to China the next time, I stayed with her for 2.5 weeks. And if I probably would have married her. She's like the sister I've never had, and we just bonded so easily. She even let me drive her car in Beijing. I mean, this is how relaxed she is. I'm the one that was, she just handed me the keys when we went out for dinner one night. She took me to a really traditional Chinese restaurant. She hands me the keys and she's like, "Yeah, you can drive." But what? Peak hour traffic? I can't read Chinese. Hello? She's like, "You'll be right. I'll just tell you where to go." Holy shit. So she let me drive. She had this gorgeous MG, and she and the kids were sitting on the back seat, and here I am driving in the front. Oh god. And in like peak hour Chinese Beijing traffic. So my girl, she's always said to me, why don't you years ago she always said to me, "Why don't you sell some really good high quality Chinese tea?" And I'm like, "Oh, maybe, but now I feel like I want to bring some in because I know that it's not here." And she has that direct connect to suppliers that sell that coming from farms, really good moly ginseng tea. And oh my gosh, like there's so many peach teas and like good, really good quality herbal good teas. None of this, big franchise company stuff. And so, I want to put that in there. Of course, I'm going to have all my homemade soap. So I have been soap mad. David, if you're watching this, honey, I have made the biggest batch of Nubian. For those of you that have tried my soap, my Nubian blend is sold out. It's a charcoal black soap with a sublime smell. It has been sold out because I sell that like hotcakes. And David, I know you've been patient, honey, but just letting you know, if you're watching this, I have made a huge batch. So it'll be back in my storefront, or at least online, um, hopefully in about a month, because it's got a cure. It's got a cure. So I have been mad making things. So I'm moving, making inventory. I'm going to be making a whole new bunch of incense. So I'm going to be selling my best sellers, but I have just got to up the stock, and they all need time to cure. And it's not just about making the incense. It's also um, allowing time for them to mature. And I'm conditioning this. It's not just about the stuff. It's conditioning and putting the energy and the vibe and the programming into what it is that I do. This is what I'm famous for. This is my reputation that I've had for years online with my mainly, with my website and my Etsy shop. And the feedback speaks for itself. But what I'm also going to be putting in is really unique, massive candles. And I'm telling you, they are big. Like, we're talking meter size black candles, and all different, custom made candles that you really can't buy online. And this is the thing. This is a thing with people having shops. Like, you get the standard candles, the really nice smelly ones in the boxes and things. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not reselling generic products that, okay, they may be in nice shops and whatever, but I want my things to be so unique and so different, and people know that this is where you get the stuff because you won't find it anywhere else. So right now it's, upping the inventory. My night creams, they've been selling madly, and having more stock of, my best selling stuff. So I know what works, I know what doesn't work, and it's just mainly having those things in there. And like I said, I may bring in some tea eventually. Definitely bringing in the henna and indigo because I burn through that like mad. Like, people are always, always asking me for henna and indigo. And so anyway, so I met with my, do you call it a leaser? The owner of the shop. Excuse me. I've been drinking straight lemon juice. Can you see that? It's so sad, but it's so good. So I met A week later, I met with my leaser. I'm the leasee, I guess. I guess he's the leaser. I met with him, and he has a whole bunch of shops that are, well, there's a couple that are taken, and there are two. There is one corner shop next to the pub, so it's on the main street. First of all, it's on the main street. Let me tell you, like it's prime location. And there was one that was initially brought to my attention through spirit that was a corner shop. So it had big windows, had a big fireplace, and it was across from the pub. That was initially what I had my mind on. And then there was another one right down the end that looked nice. However, when I went there, they didn't resonate with me. But there was one that was next to the corner shop. I walked in there, took my breath away. I knew, I said straight away to him, I said, this is it. This is the one. This is it. Sorry. I'm done. You just know. I just knew. And as a clairvoyant, it hit me straight away as soon as I walked in. And it's got two rooms. So I've got the big shop front with the beautiful big windows, old floorboards, beautiful big high ceilings. I'll be doing a lot to it, don't worry. And then the back room, it's got a fireplace, really old fireplace, big bricked concrete one. They were made back in the 1800s, so they're old. With a sink. It's like my back room where I would be doing and performing spellcraft. So I'm going to be doing spellcraft in this shop, and this is why some people, they're going to know what I'm doing. And like I said to some of my personal close friends here, I said I am not watering down myself or who I am in order to fit in with this crowd here. What you see is what you're going to get. And nothing, when I open this shop, it's going to be 100% full-blown Andulairah. And I will be right in my zone. And so if they can't take it, too bad. I don't care. I'm not going to sugarcoat or water down who I am for anybody. I don't care where I am. So love it or leave it, basically. And they're like, oh my God, that's exactly how you need to be. And that's what it is. This is my reputation. This is me and my business. And I will not compromise that in order to fit in. I've never fit in or been a part of the status quo anyway. I've never, I've always done my own thing. And I've always been accepted for that anyway. But, it's just these thoughts that when people come to know that what I'm doing in there, as in having spell kits for people to buy, like little $30 ones or $20 ones or whatever. And then obviously doing the spellcraft and readings in the back. They will be appointment only and by appointment only. And or I'll be performing them on my own on behalf of somebody else in the back room. So that's what it's going to be. And like many people have said to me, you'd be surprised. Those straight-laced looking people that seem to be, on the straight and narrow are usually the ones that are most interested in this kind of esoteric work. So anyway, this is what's happening. So I've chosen my shop space. And so we're looking, he's got a lot of his stuff in there, the leaser. He needs about a month or so to clean it up and get his stuff out, because then I'm moving in with all my tapestries. I'm going to be painting. I'm going to be putting up my huge, beautiful gilded mirrors. Oh my God. These Moroccan panels, you name it. My Chesterfield sofa down in the shop. I'm going to bring it. And that's how it's going to be. And some friends here have asked me to have like a warming party. Like, I guess not a housewarming, but a shop warming. And so, that they're feeling the excitement. And now my mother, after I got off the phone, the initial conversation with the leaser, She's on board now. She's so excited, and she's like, "Oh, well, if you need to go and help your grandmother, or if you need me to work for you, I'll come down and work for you." Oh God, oh, she's just my mother is hilarious. She's as soon as she knows that somebody else is okay with it, she seems to jump on board. We are so different, believe me. So she wants to come and help, but I said to her, "Listen, it has to be my way. Like, you're gonna have to dress in accordance to what my shop is." My girlfriend Melissa, who some of you may know, she's like, "Right, time for your mother to go and henna her hair, put the indigo in." Oh my God. So it's been hilarious. No, I would never tell my mother she'd have to be a certain way, but um she will know once she comes in. It's going to be a certain way, because that's representing my business and who I am. So if she wants to come in and help and whatever, well, she's going to have to do it the way I want it done. So that's what's happening, and it's been very, very busy, but very positive and a beautiful busy. And so some of you may have already seen my little dancing video. I started getting into it because, look, I have been pulling out roses. I've been pulling out date palms. I have so many pots of plants down in my paddock. It's unbelievable. I've been so busy. My back is sore. I've been lifting heavy things. I've got to get up today and dismantle my solar panels that I haven't even used yet. It's moving the stuff now. And I haven't even touched the heavy furniture. My God, that's going to be such an asshole job. But when I'm so busy in this, I just tell myself, stop for a minute, go put some music on and get in a jam, get and have a jam. And I either break out in belly dance. I start doing a bit of Malaya. For those of you that may have a Middle Eastern background, you'll know what I'm talking about. I just love shaking my ass. I love just dropping everything for a minute. And I tell you what, it's like, if you're in traffic and you're frustrated and you're pissed off and you're feeling impatient, as soon as you hear one of your songs come on the radio, or one of your songs come on your iPod shuffle, and you just turn it up and you just think, yes, yes, yes. And you don't care. You sing, you dance, you feel so good. That's how I felt. So I gave you a little snippet of how I was feeling. And I dance. That's how, it's just the biggest stress reliever. And literally that saying of dance like no one is watching, that's how I dance. I don't care if I'm good or bad or whatever. I'll just dance. So it feels so good. And after I did that, I just felt easy. I felt nice. And I went back to it. So anyway, this is what's happening. Your girl is opening a storefront. I've already registered my, you have to register, like, all your, like, I guess when you're, I mean, I've already got a registered business name and my ABN. An ABN is like a business number. I've already got all that and I do all that, but now it's different when you have a storefront. So there's a lot of things I've got to do business-wise before I open the shop front. But it is going to be called Alluin. It was going to be apothecary, but I don't know if I can actually trade under that. I don't think I can trade under that. I think because that's implying it's some kind of pharmaceutical or medicinal shop. But, it would be like that. And, yeah, so I've got to sort some of the business side aspects of it out. But it's happening. And it just feels so right. And of course it's exciting, but I'm going in this carefully. I'm not, running in and getting all caught up in the hype of opening a shop, because it's a lot of work. I already know that from having my own business. And I need to make the space so that I am comfortable to be there, pretty much 4 to 5 days a week. I'm not going to be there all the time because eventually, when I do buy my land again somewhere around that area, I'll be busy in my farm. So, because obviously I need product to put in my shop. So, eventually, when my date palms produce fruit, I will most likely sell my date fruit in there as well. When I get roses, when I get proteas, I'll be selling cut flowers in certain seasons. Um, and then also, I need to, have product or plant material to make smudges, my incenses. So everything I try to keep as locally as possible, as much as I'm able. Obviously, things like frankincense, as much as I've tried to grow my own Boswellia sacra, um, it's one of the hardest. It probably is the hardest seed I've ever tried to germinate. Boswellia sacra, frankincense, yes. So those kinds of things I'll bring in from Oman, and I'm lucky I've got Connect over in Muscat, Hatta, in Oman to get some of my al-Hujri green frankincense, the best there is. So I want to get a whole different bunch of varieties, so people that don't easily have access can have access to that at my shop. So it's going to be great. I feel it's delicious to me. It's such a delicious, exciting, beautiful feeling to know that this is happening. And I know it's in tune because the way it came to me, and this is for you guys as well. Trust in what comes to you. And although it may be overwhelming at the time, like it was, because here I am, ready for bed, getting ready to sleep, but I'm feeling really good. I was feeling really good all day. Didn't even have the thought of opening a shop all day. The day before, the week before, nothing. Hadn't even contemplated the idea. My mind was set on the whole, selling of El Nor. And so when this came to me, it absolutely knocked me off my feet. And I'm just like, Spirit, what the hell? What is this? And it just flooded me. Visions, fuzziness, I was like just showered with this energy. And I knew right then that I have to absolutely surrender and trust this. And this applies to you guys as well. Whenever you feel like that, with something in your own lives, you have got to trust this 100%. And I've always used the analogy of you and your physical body walking and weaving your way through a dense, dark forest. But your higher self is that all-seeing, all-encompassing eye on the mountain that can see the path that you're about to take. So, you've just got to allow that language of the heart to guide you through. And for me, I felt it so hard that night, and it just never stopped. And I knew right then and there, 100% this is something I must do. And then everything that followed and has followed, like the next morning, talking to the leaser, like it's been so seamless. It's seamless, it's smooth. I know it's right. 100%, I do not doubt it. It's the unknowing that frightens people. Oh, what if I do this, and what if this happens? As soon as you counteract this good flow of abundant energy, you're doing yourself a disservice. So trust in the feeling and the emotion that comes to you, because there is so much unseen support, spiritual support around you that you're so unaware of, that it's easy to get locked up in all the possibilities. What happens if this happens? What happens if that happens? And are you going to make enough money? And are you going to be able to pay the rent? Don't think like that. Trust in the way the universe brings you this energy. So, guys, it has been nuts. And then, of course, dealing with rat on top of that. Oh, God. Oh, let me check in with you. Oh, hi guys. I'm just reading through your comments now. LL Sexy, I'm going to answer your question that you wrote to me in the bottom of my dancing video in a second. Oh, yes, here. Okay. I'll actually answer it now. So, LL Sexy has said here, how do you have so much energy to do so much work? I'm always so tired and lethargic. You know, I really took note of that when you asked me that on the dancing video. Do you know what? I'm telling you, it's just down to a simple life. I don't watch TV. I do watch, you know, my YouTube. I might watch a couple of documentaries a week or something. But as you know, a lot of you know that I've been doing the audiobook for Eyes of the Scarlet Rose. So, you know, I'm always doing things, but I am always, always, always in that flow of abundance. So it doesn't feel like work. It doesn't feel like work. I know without a doubt, if I was doing a job or doing something that I just didn't feel passionate about, it would feel like work, and I would feel tired, and I would feel lethargic, 100%. But the reason I have so much energy is because I'm always in that flow of abundance, or at least most of the time I am. Obviously, you don't have to be in it all the time, but when your energy is mainly in that flow of abundance, you're going to feel good. So, you know, dancing makes me feel good. Packing my stuff up makes me feel good because I know I'm closer to working on new projects and dream things. And so even though packing is hard work, I've told myself every day I just pack a little. I might focus on one set of drawers one day, and then the next day I might focus on another. Like every day I've been pulling out about 5 or 6 roses. And gradually, you know, they're all, because these are big roses. These are in my David Austin bed. So that's right, honey. That's one of my chickens. So every, you know, I just do it in small steps. You know, before I pulled out everything, like all my date palms, I remember how overwhelmed I felt with thinking, holy shit, how am I going to pull out so many date palms and the big ones? Well, I can let you know that I've almost snapped my shovel, my good shovel, from pulling out the date palms, but they're done now. So this energy comes down to keeping in the flow of good vibes, good, you know, good feeling, in that abundance flow, good sleep. I don't sleep with any phones near me. My phones are switched off. I used to play music, but for the last 2 years, I switch off everything except for my fridge. Sometimes if it is a cold night, I'll switch off the fridge. So I have no electrical devices around me. Good food, simple, good food. Lots of clean air, lots of space. I know if I was in the city, I would be feeling probably a lot more tired. Remember how sick I got when I went back? I went back to the city overnight. God, I was so sick when I came back. So good food. I'm always making things from scratch. Look at this. Here are some Anzac biscuits I've made. Do you see that? The mice and the rats have been trying to get into these. They are good. I don't know if Anzac biscuits are even common in America. Do you guys have Anzac biscuits? Ooh, ooh, that's sharp. Sweet and then sour. Anyway, homemade biscuits, homemade food, homemade everything. My shade house has got the most incredible spinach I've ever had in my life. I've now got broccolini coming up. I've got Russian kale coming up. I've got so much fresh produce in greens. Like, I love eating greens every day. Nice greens, not bitter greens. So good food. You know, at night, I'm telling you, it's about the simple things. Every night, I have a hot steaming bath using, water from the earth that has not been filtered. Beautiful soaps that are homemade. Dim lighting, never direct lighting. All these things add up. Beautiful, soft, meditative music. And if you have a partner, for those of you that have a partner, some good sex. I'm telling you, for those of you that have the advantage of having a good lover, a good partner, husband, wife, whatever, good sex, good love together. And if you don't have a partner, get into yourself. And I mean it. You need, like, I've spoken about sex rituals before and sex spell work. An orgasm is the most powerful form of magic. And so setting the tone, either with yourself or with somebody else, you've got to do it. You've got to do it. It makes all the difference. And with an orgasm, I mean, you're literally opening the doorway to your source, and allow that to come through. So all these things, I think that's why I do so much, because I love doing it, and I'm always, in that flow of abundance, or pretty much always. So if you're watching TV all day, if you've got direct lighting, if you're around electronics, if you're eating packaged food, if you're not treating yourself well, if you're rushing around, you're going to feel tired. You're going to feel tired. So you've got to do it right for yourself, right from the start. And it's all about the small detail. Hi, Agnes. Betty can't believe I actually caught you live. I'm painting a paint by numbers, painting with dolphins. Oh. Narak. She's in homeschool. Homeschool starts today in the Blue Mountains. Oh, you're in New South Wales. Okay. B says, Andulairah, I loved your little dancing video. Amazing how moving our body to fun music makes us just feel powerful. Truly, it does. Hi, Johnny. Good morning, honey. Agnes says, for whatever reason, this reminded me of the story where you were in this town and you were looking for some store, but it was closed. Whoops. Oh, no. I've just gone down. I'm just trying to read that. And you went somewhere else and met the owner of that store, and I don't know where that went. I can't remember what you're talking about. You have to remind me. Thank you so much, Moonwiz. Wishing you the best success. I know the shop is going to smell lovely. It'll definitely smell good. Thank you so much. Hi, Jordan, my honey girl. How are you on the Gold Coast? Sitting back with Mum, cups of tea, watching you this morning. Oh, thanks, honey. Hi, Chronic Fish. Hi, Angelica. Love the dancing video. Just caught you. Did you find a new place? No, not yet. That's in the flow. That'll come when it's meant to. Sending love from boiling Athens. Oh my God, I can't even imagine it being hot right now. One thing I'm very, very excited about leaving this place is that I'm not going to have a summer of mosquitoes eating me alive again. I can't tell you how excited I am to not have that anymore. Oh my God. I don't know where I'm going to be, but it's not going to be here. Or ants coming through and biting me when I'm sleeping. There's just so many holes here in this place. Gosh, and I've tried to do the best. Well, I have done the best by it, as it's come to me. But what a luxury to not have mosquitoes biting me forever. You've seen my videos. Like this last summer made me bitter from it was never ending. I could never sit here wearing what I'm wearing now and not be bitten through my clothes, on my neck, on my face, everywhere. God. Ah. Hi, Jeremy. Hi, Monique. Wishing you all the best success in all the things you do. I believe without a doubt that it will, like everything you do. Thank you so much. Magical, powerful. You are so sweet. Hi, introverted entrepreneur. Your dancing was the best. More, more. Hi, Stinkmeister. Off topic. Do you think Carlos Almeida still checks in on Bonnie? I think you mean Marcos Almeida. I don't know. I'm not sure, but I'm looking forward to bringing you the next chapters. I hope you guys have been enjoying the audio of Eyes of the Scarlet Rose. It's been so fun to do it for you and bring it, and me reading through the book, I swear, just transports me back to that time. Oh my gosh, crazy, crazy time. Introverted entrepreneur. Just joined. Have you sold your home yet? No, not yet. I haven't even put it on the market. So I've actually had a couple of agents come out here. Nothing's been signed yet. I need to clear more. I need to get rid of. Oh my God, I bought so much cement, and I shifted about 100 kilos of cement bags last week. I've got another 5 or 6 to shift. If any of you know how heavy cement bags are, they're like 20 kilos per bag. They're heavy and they're awkward, and not looking forward to that. But they got to be done. So I'm still clearing, and the shop is looking flawless right now. But inside the workshop part of the shop, it's a mess because I am packing, as well as I have so much blocks of soap that are curing. Yeah, it's just a little bit hectic in there. It's not so hectic, but today I'm going to be clearing out a couple of drawers, so I'll feel better after I've cleared the drawers and cleaned it up a little bit in there. Hi, Angry Birds, honey. Oh my God, I haven't caught a live in months. Hi, honey. Hi, JT. I hope you're keeping nice and cool up in far north. Angry Bird says, are the date palms in pots or are they still bare roots now? Oh, no. They're definitely in pots. As soon as I pull them out, I put them in the pots immediately because they otherwise will get, what am I trying to say? Root shock. They'll get shock. So straight in the soil, water them, and now I've got 2 areas where I've got just plants galore. So I've got all my big date palms, all the little ones. So I've got one area with roses, palms, and natives, everything. And then next to the shade house is another area of more plants. So as I've mentioned, I most likely will stay at my ancient grandmother's house, because she is almost 100. Can you believe it? The woman is powerful, and I love her. I love her so much, and I want to help her. So obviously my shop hours are going to be something like 10 to 4 or around this time, and like 4 to 5 days a week. So I'll be able to go home back to her. I'll have a lunch break, so I'll go and see her then, check on her, help her then. But then when I get home, I can help her. And I always have to be home before the sun goes down because I have to put my chickens to bed. And I want to spend time with them, So, and I must go home at lunchtime because I want to check on them and spend an hour with them. So that was, I will say that was absolutely a concern for me, is being away from my chickens. But I know they're absolutely safe. They've got their own space at my nana's. She has stables in the back of her property. They got plenty of room, and I have that luxury of going home at lunchtime to eat with them, to sit with them, to play with them, and then a couple hours later I'll be home again. So, you know, and I want to spend time with my Nana. She is ancient. You know, she's ancient. And she's, you know, I feel she's going to be a centenarian. Is that how you pronounce it? I've said that to her. I don't know if she's too keen about that because she's tired now. You know, she's tired. So it is what it is. So it'll be good when I'm there because she'll love the company because she's on her own. Hi, Nikki. Yes, I am moving, Nikki. You'll have to catch up on my last live stream. I talk about the move there, I think, for the first time. Hi, Cinema. Please, could you dance? I just did last night. Hi, JT. This stupid comment thing. Slow mode? What the hell is slow mode? What is wrong with this thing? Yay, on the good news. That's awesome. All the more reason to travel down your way. Honey, oh my God, I'll die if you come into my shop. It'll be so good. And it's so nice. You know, you're on the same continent as me. I would love to see some of you guys walk in my shop. Oh, thank you so much, Laura. Oh, you're gorgeous. Thank you so much for the tip. Angry Bird says, in Kosovo, it has been 37, 39 degrees, and for us, that is hot. I know you get 40 plus there. Honey, I am feeling you. I do not miss those temperatures at all, and it would be hot. Seems like everywhere in the north has been having a bit of a heat wave. So, yeah, I don't miss that heat. I am loving the winter. I cannot even tell you how nice it is to sleep and not hear buzzing mosquitoes around my face. Oh my God, what a luxury. Hi, Tay. Can we get your wolf song back? Is that on my Bandcamp? I've got to see if that's on my Bandcamp. And I actually thought it was on my videos, but maybe not. I'll look into it. Hi, my cosmic dog. Bonnie, is that you? No, Bonnie isn't me, but I know you have been enjoying, I've been reading your comments, honey. I know you've been enjoying the book. And I've been enjoying recording it. I know my character voiceovers, they're kind of sucky. You know, my accents are pretty bad, but I know they would give a laugh for some of you guys. So I just think whatever, you guys, so long as the story's conveyed and you can close your eyes and feel yourself transported into the book, into the story, that's all that matters. Monique says, how are the chooks? Oh, they are doing good. Do you know what? I'm so relieved that Dima, my queen chook, who has had the hardest molt in the most freezing of temperatures, it's not so bad now. And now I'm relieved because she has some feathers. She's got a beautiful plumage of feathers that have grown back. Beautiful silky feathers like when they were first baby chickens. So she's coming back with her feathers, and Dima's been molting as well. And she's been resting a lot. She's been sitting down a lot, and she either may have some arthritis going on, I'm not sure, or she may have hurt herself. There was one time where she actually flew off the perch and she had a bit of a hard landing, and that was a few months ago. So I'm not sure what's going on with her, but she's happy enough. She is walking around, she's flapping around, she's eating, she's content. But she's always been my sleepy chook. She's always loved nothing more than to lay in the sun and sleep. They all love that. So thank you. No, they are doing so much better. I was just, I'm like an anxious, worried mother. When Dima was going through her real hard molt and she had no feathers, my God, and the weather was freezing, I was just trying to keep her inside and keep her warm as much as possible. And I think, might have been on my Patreon, I think I put a picture of Dima sitting in front of the fire. But they're doing good. They're outside now. I'm looking for them, but I can't see them. Ah. Angry Bird says rejuvenation spells for Nana. Ah. She'd probably like it. Spooky Mink. I've missed so many uploads. Hello from Scotland. Stinkmeister says, mate, once lockdown ends in New South Wales, I'll be flying to your shop first thing. Oh, that's so sweet. JT says, speaking of songs, you need to publish Ether. I thought that was on my Bandcamp as well. I gotta go and check. Chronic Fish says, what animal or symbol would you say is associated with healing? You know what? This is such a personal. It's such an individual question, because everybody's healing, animal totem or animal symbol is different to everybody else's. But if I could guide you, I would say whatever animal you gravitate most towards is the one that you should be around for healing. So if that's a dog, if that's a fish, if that's a cat, a bird, a turtle, a worm, I don't know, whatever you feel you gravitate towards is what you should surround yourself with, because that will be the most easiest flow of transference of energy. So I would say trust your intuition with that. Whatever animal you love to be around the most is, I would take that as an indication that that is your animal. You know what? I had not last night. I was kind of wondering if it would happen again, but I had one of those really strange dreams, UFO dreams. It wasn't, obviously, it's not strange because it's something that happens, but I haven't had one of those dreams. So I saw the blinking lights, like I said in my last live stream. I have not seen them since that night I saw them, even though I've been going out every night. But 2 nights ago, I had one of those dreams where I woke up at, 3 o'clock in the morning, like this. So I had a dream. I was in this house, but it was reversed. So the front of my house was this side, and I was either about to go to bed or I was walking around the house in the dark. And I see these, I think they're stars. First, in the top left, I look out the window in the dream, and I see these stars in the sky, and I think, oh, that's so beautiful. But then I start seeing them move, and they slowly glide up together, like these stars come together, and they form a line, a beautiful glowing white line. This is all white light, a white line, and these crafts are moving in formation together towards my house. And I felt the panic. And in my dream, I'm, oh my God, they're coming. And I knew they were coming for me. And I panicked. And I woke up. God, and I woke up. I was so relieved. That hasn't happened for a long time. Those kind of dreams. Oh, gosh. Oh, they just take it out of me. There is such relief, but there is so much to that. And I think, did this just happen? And I've woken up from it? Did this just happen to me? Like, gosh, this is happening. This has not happened for a long time. But I've had plenty of dreams where I know I'm about to be taken, and I wake up just before I'm taken, because the fright and the fear in me, ridiculous fear is in me, and I wake up just before it happens. How I am so fearful when this is happening in my dreams is beyond me. I wake up and I think, why the fuck am I so fearful of this? This has happened so many times, and yet it's still that same fear. I don't know where that comes from. because when I've had the real beautiful experiences with these beings, that fear has not been there. But I don't know. I don't know where this comes from. At least in the dreams, because I wake up and I think, why am I so fearful? Why am I so fearful of this? Anyway, this has been going on. That dream. But other than that, nothing. Nothing. Uh Now that you mention it, Marcus Almeida sounds like an Arabic man. Actually, no, Marcus is a Colombian. At least he is in the book. Spooky Mink says, I'm waiting for all the uploads on the book so I can binge. Angelica says, I had a date with a Moroccan guy and I saw you uploaded more of your book, and he said, I wish you got that excited seeing me as you do this book. Haha, thanks for the treat. The narrations tickle me. Oh, that's sweet. Thank you, Angelica. So Introverted Entrepreneur says, where will your shop be? That's so exciting. Well, it's going to be in the mid-north of South Australia, but when it's all official and when I'm moved in and I actually have an address, I'll let you know. And, if any of you guys are in Australia and you're around the area, you can come in and see me and be in my space and give me a hug and connect with me physically. Hey, and look, if you're overseas, you want to travel, you want to come and see me, by all means, come on down. Lena says, hello from Syria. We love your audiobook and videos. We need more guided meditations, please. Oh, you're a honey. Once I'm settled in and once I'm in my flow, I hope I can bring some more. But, it's a little bit of a transitional time on the down low right now. It's on Bandcamp. Okay, I've been looking on iTunes. No, don't go on iTunes. Hi, Marcellus. Okay, just moving down. Spooky Mink says, what do you think of the news that there will be an alien invasion? You know what? I had this strange thought in the bath months and months ago, and I did share it online. I actually had a conversation with Tony Rodriguez yesterday. Some of you know or have followed or watched the interviews I did with him. And we had a conversation, and I mentioned to him about this about this thought that come to me in the bath. A lot of my thoughts and ideas come to me in the bath, but this was one of those freak show ones, and it was just a thought. So this, I don't want to talk. See, these keywords of saying vaccine and things like that, I don't want this video to be flagged. See the liberties that are being taken away. We can't even say certain words without getting flagged for saying them. But this serum, this stuff that's being coerced on our global population, because it absolutely is. Our civil liberties are being snatched away from us, and now people are policing people like better than the police. There are so many inaccuracies with this that I cannot even begin to talk about it. Like, even the people around me are so brainwashed and so conditioned from sitting in front of the TV in the news every night, being shoved this shit down their throats. First of all, you need to know about the background behind this. A lot of people don't know that this virus was patented back in 2007. Why would anybody patent a virus if it exists? Because, again, nobody's ever seen a purified or isolated no one's ever seen this virus isolated. It is lock and key. Nobody on this planet, except for maybe a handful of people, have access to this information. Nobody, 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 nobody. And so when people are told, oh, they've died of COVID, they've died of this, it's a bit like, it always goes back to, so they, this is so erroneous to say they've died of COVID, because they've never been proven that this is an actual virus. There is the actual, the family, the SARS family. There is the Corona family of viruses, yes, but oh gosh, there's so much I want to say about this, but I do not want this video to be flagged. So it's a bit like AIDS, right? When AIDS came out, and this is where COVID fits in, when AIDS became very prevalent in the society back in the 80s, the 90s, people were dying of AIDS-related symptoms. So what AIDS was and what AIDS is an autoimmune condition brought about by a breakdown in your body's anatomy, your body's system, immune system. And so you might die of pneumonia, you might die of brain hemorrhage, you might die of open lesions on your body, you might die of gynecological or venereal diseases, and they're all going back, and they all get shoved in the category of dying of AIDS, but actually you're dying of AIDS related symptoms. And so when people say, oh, well, they died of COVID, well, no, they didn't. They've died of symptoms. And now any kind of symptoms, if you've had pneumonia, if you've had pulmonary fibrosis, if you've had I don't know, something, it's automatically put in that category of you've died of COVID-related symptoms. Hospitals are getting paid thousands, millions for writing these on death certificates. So, of course, when it's reported in the news that all these people are dying from COVID, they're not actually dying from COVID. They're dying, if they're dying, because this shoots off to another direction where if you actually look at the death statistics of people, there's no spike in deaths, and so people that were just dying of things in the world anyway have now been all categorized as if they are related to COVID. So I can't even begin to touch on this subject because it is so deep, it is so dark, it is stranger than you could ever write a book about. And people are so brainwashed now. People are so fearful now. People are policing each other now. This is insanity at the max. People have lost themselves. People have given up their power. People have surrendered their power. People are either compromised through bribes. People are compromised because they want to keep their jobs. People are put in so many difficult situations where either they have to get the jab or they don't. If they get the jab, they can keep their job, they can keep their salary. If they don't, they're out of a job, they can't feed their families. It is so fucked up. It's so insane. People of Earth, you have got to know the insanity of this planet and those that are believing they are in charge of this. And I can tell you, it's all for profit. It's all for depopulation. This has been planned for years and years. And if you're telling me, oh, Andulairah, you're talking shit, you do your research. Do your research. I doubt you will find much information. Everything, Google is the biggest rigged system. If you even type in someone that seems to be an anti-vax or someone that's opposing this, or someone that's just suggesting doing a bit of research, you'll get up on your search, conspiracy theorists, or the ridicule articles. It is people. You have got to realize the insanity that is happening. Do not be fooled. So I can't even talk about this now in my own family, because they know how I feel about it. And people around me have been jabbed. They've got the jab. And I have to just quietly shake my head. I can't even talk about it without being policed about it. It is shocking. You only have to look at the whole toilet paper ordeal to see how people react, the psychology of how people react in a situation like this. It is shocking. But it is very telling of where we are as a species. Everybody is out for themselves. When push comes to shove, we saw the fights. You see the fights of people fighting over fucking toilet paper. Poor shopkeepers having to write up on the shop shelves, one roll per person or one bag per person, whatever the hell it was. It is absurd. And so long as we hold this kind of energy, we will never progress. And so with everything going on, I have known clairvoyantly and within my heart that this is such a setup. This is so orchestrated right from the beginning. The biggest criminals on our planet are those people that you're seeing, but you have to know they're also just puppets, because there are these big masters behind them. And this is where it gets stranger and stranger, and things going on that have been going on and planned for years. And then and all of this is, there's such a deep connection with the extraterrestrial component of our planet. And this is where I'm saying it goes deeper and deeper and deeper. Stranger and stranger and stranger, the more it is. So you're kind of forced back, and then you take a grand perspective, thinking, I've chosen to be here and experience this insanity on this planet, or to be around it. Now I'm at the point, this is the first time I've spoken about it or even think about it, because I choose so consciously to not be a part of this. But because, oh no, how funny, now my data is showing me no data on my live stream. Go figure, talking about this. You get to a point where spiritually you're kind of forced into taking a bigger picture, thinking, I have chosen to be on this planet at this time to witness this unfolding. Whether I'm directly or indirectly a part of it, this is planet Earth that I am on right now. And I see the insanity. I can guarantee you this: nothing, no thing, no person will ever sway me or try to compromise my integrity. I will fucking die first. I guarantee you that. My integrity is so sharp. I don't care who these people or who these creatures, whether they're clones, whether they're ETs, whatever. I am a sovereign being of this universe, and I will not have anybody tell me on this planet what I can and cannot do to my body, or tell me how to think. Now, back to this freak show thought I had in the bath that I told to Tony. I said, listen, Tony, I said, I had this thought, and it's a scary thought. What happens if these swabs, diaper swabs, that people are getting, these nose swabs to see if they have the virus? People don't know that these swabs, I got down the rabbit hole and ended up finding some researched information about these nose swabs actually having DARPA gel of some kind of synthetic structure that has been put on the cotton swab, and then once it's put in the nose, it's entered your body. So that aside, I said to Tony, if people are getting the jab, what happens if this, whatever it is, and as Dr. Mike Yeadon says, it is the first vaccine that is gene-based and not chemical-based. This is a gene-based sequence that actually goes in and changes the codons of your genetic sequence, your DNA sequence. So you've got your DNA sequence, and when you look at the DNA codons, the sequencing patterns, certain amino acids match up with others. Adenine, thymine, you've got G and C, A and T, U and A, they all match up together, right? So your DNA sequence is all, your helix and the little lattice sprungs on your helix, they are amino acids that come together and they match up, and that's what creates your DNA strand. So this liquid, or whatever this stuff is, goes in and manipulates that. The first that we know of publicly that is what it is. And I said to Tony, what happens if the sequence actually starts changing the way you think, and you start having hallucinations and you start seeing holographic images of alien ships in the sky, and it's real as day and night, and you see it and you think, holy shit, there's an invasion coming. What happens if that happens? That's a freak show possibility, but how do we know? How do we know? How do we know that this, whatever this agent is, creates that for people to have holographic imagery and they're seeing things? So there's a lot of things going on. But this is the most I've thought about this subject, talked about this subject since, I guess, my last live stream, because I do not entertain this. This is not my world. This is not my reality. And I'm very aware of what's happening, but I have chosen a long time ago to not be a part of it. Good luck to them with their agendas and whatever. That's not my reality. And I choose to focus my attention on things that I enjoy, things that I love, the natural way of life, the right way of life. In my opinion, of course, it is the right way of life to live in harmony with our planet, to nurture and converse and live with our planet in harmony. I'm sorry, there is no better way. Technology is, and a lot of ETs, a lot of star people that have come here have said, you keep going on this tech path, there's going to be issues, there's going to be problems. You're going to kill yourself. And there's nothing wrong with having some tech, but balanced tech. When you start playing around with consciousness and the microcosmic world of the human body, we humans, we're not smart enough to deal with that kind of stuff. I mean, it's only obvious that we're not, because we're entertaining nuclear devices. We're a very aggressive species. We are not advanced enough to be playing around with the fingers of God, the fingers of the almighty radiance, and we will get ourselves in trouble. A big egocentric world, aggressive world. Look at all the media, look at all the, everything's focused on money, material worth, all the things that, they really don't matter. So this is where the energy is trying to be pushed. So anyway, you're big enough to make your own decisions, and whatever choices you make, they are yours and yours only. You don't have to share my opinion. And I don't need to share yours, but I know what's right for me in my heart. And when when people are talking about this, I won't mention anything unless I am asked. If you are inviting me into this, or if you start telling me you need to go do this, you need to go do that, you know you're going to get some wrath from Andulairah. Because I will not have anyone trying to police me what I should and should not do with my body and myself and my sovereignty. I do not fear death. I don't fear anything except for when I'm dreaming and have these UFO encounters. God forbid, where does that come from? I don't know. But I don't fear anything. And this fear mongering, this fear perpetuation, constantly shoved in your face. You have got to know that this is not right. We are beings created from a source of love that is just, it's so unspeakable. It's so impossible. It's not impossible, but it's just that kind of love that is just so, it's the throb of everything. It's the throb of what we are. It's the throb of everything else. Oh, guys. Anyway, deep breath. Simple, simple, simple. Natural, natural, natural. Living in harmony with the ways of planet Earth. That is my life motto. So, you know what? If it gets to that, you know, where I am told what I need to do, you're not going to find me. You will not find me out in this extreme wilderness. This is my home. This is my land. You know I will disappear. That's where I'll be. You won't find me. Anyway. Oh, guys. Shit. Let's not talk about this anymore. Hi, Goddess TV. Gordon Fish says, I will be starstruck the day I come visit your shop. Oh, you're so sweet. Needlecraft. That's a good word. Yes, actually, Angelica, the kohl eyeliner, my God, like, that's probably the most highly requested, sought after product that I've made that so many people have asked me about. But the making of that and the jars themselves, like, I want to do it properly, like, and it costs a lot to produce that for me, like having the jars. But you know, if I'm, you know, bringing in good profit from my business, I, you know, may be able to afford bringing the eyeliner back in the proper jars like I had before, the frosted black jars, and I can make that again and bring that back, because I, for sure, that is one of my biggest selling products and the most sought after requested product that's now out of stock. But the overhead costs of making that are just ridiculous on a small scale. But if I was making like 1,000 or having 1,000 printed, like on the jars, I could probably do it. We'll see. I hope so. I love when people are strong enough to speak the truth. Oh, you're welcome. Yes. Mm-hmm. That C word. See, you can't even see it. You can't even say it now. I know. That's right. I don't want to read these out because, you know, again, the more I say these keywords, the more algorithms are going to pick them up. The more likely this would be smashed down my live stream. I'm just reading. Scaring people into wearing masks. Stinkmeister says, I saw a government notice from back in 1919. New South Wales, I think, scaring people into wearing masks if they care about their lives. Nothing new. That's right. Hi, Brendan. Brendan says, thinking about where we are as a species gives me so much existential anxiety. sometimes to the point that I have to do breathing techniques and calm myself. Yeah, Brendan, honey, don't get lost in the drama of this planet. You are so much more than this physical, fleshy creature that we are. Don't get lost in that, and just know that you are so strong and powerful to witness this at this time, and you have been and gone a gazillion times before, you know, being here. Like, it's all happening all at the same time. But, and I know it seems like the main big lifetime, but there are so many concurrent things going on in other places and in other cells. And, you know, it's easy to get caught up and lost within this one individual life. But you are so much more than that. So much more. And, you know, like, don't waste your precious energy on worrying about what everybody else is doing, because the more you focus on what you don't want, or that feeling, you know, that helplessness feeling or that anxious feeling, the more you're going to keep that into your frequency. So that's why, like, after this live stream is done, my energy is directed back in Elnor, back in my life. I don't give it a second thought. If I hear it in a shopping center, if I go shopping or whatever, I'll put my headphones in. I have my music playing, so even though this is all happening around me, I don't know it. And I choose not to know it because I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. And so many people are damn well sick of it as well. But they're not strong enough to hold themselves within that and stand their ground with that. Remember, we are the cumulative response of our humanity. And so if you have these thoughts, they're going to ripple out and feed the people around you. So if your thoughts are strong and positive and beautiful, it's going to ripple out. But if it sticks on, like, you know, where everybody else is, because a lot of people, and I, forgive me for sounding harsh if it is, but so many people are lazy. So many people are lazy with their thinking, with their mental habits, and they just take and absorb what is given to them. Don't be lazy with this. Question everything. What does your heart feel about this? Where does your integrity feel about this? Keep it sharp. And that's going to take some effort. I'm telling you, it's going to take some effort. Keep it sharp. And don't be fooled by the bullshit that is playing out, because it is. And it's so obvious. And these people rule our world. Or at least they think they do. They think they do. They don't rule you, though. They don't rule you. They want to. Who are these people to decide the fate of billions of people? Sorry. So don't lose yourself with that. Hi, Mother Moon. Oh, my darling. I always count on you, on your integrity, darling. Oh, loving you. Oh, my gosh. I haven't seen you in ever. Love you. Jessica, as soon as you said the V word, you buffered on my end. I knew I would. Gosh. Keep it real. Know your strength. Know your power. Know what you are. You know, don't get caught up in something you don't want and something you don't like feeling. Turn it off. You know, but I look at my parents in particular. My dad must listen to, you know, about 4 or 5 different newses, like listening to the news each day 4 or 5 times. And I just say to him, why do you do this to yourself? What are you going to miss out on? Where is the goodness in this? He doesn't hear my words. He does not hear my words. So I just let it go. I don't even bother with it. Hi, Narima. Yes, yes. I hear you, Spooky Mink. Yes. Oh, look, it goes back so deep, so deep, so deep. And and as Tony said to me yesterday, there's so much going on um, beneath the surface of the planet. Anyway, that's something completely different. But Tony and I, without going into too much detail, we've been working on something together for the last couple of years. Um, anyway, he's in America. A lot of you guys are in America right now and feeling this, but keep yourself sharp. Do not. And I told him, just keep your integrity sharp. And Tony, are you kidding me? After what you've been through, come on, you can see this for what this is. And let me tell you, when his book comes out, it's gonna blow your socks off. It's and everything that's happening in the world, you'll see the connection. And it's filthy. It's filthy when you realize what's been going on, and it's the same people that are controlling what happens in the world now. Anyway, let's not talk about that anymore. I know it's hard not to because it's just it's so in your face every day. For a lot of you, for me, I have the luxury of it not being. Um, but you choose, and you make the conscious choice of what you decide to look at and see and absorb every day. Hi, Fairy. Fairy said, my favorite quote from you is that life doesn't have to be complicated unless you want it to be. And that's the truth. That's absolutely the truth. Introverted Entrepreneur said, I bought some of your eyeliner and it is the best I've ever had. The packaging is gorgeous. Oh, thank you so much. Well, it's very simple, but I just hope. I hope I can bring it back. I'm sure I can at some point, but in the beginning, like it's one other business owner told me in the local area, he's like, whatever you do, Yanni, he said, don't get too excited to start with. And he's Arab, he's Lebanese. And I said, I'm not. I said, I will start very slowly and just build my way up, work out, what, just feel it all out. And just slowly and gradually build up my inventory, because there's so many things like to do and to get started with. But first I have to get in there and get busy. And I just can't wait to just kit it out and condition that energy. Oh, and I got to tell you something so funny. So when these real estate agents came in, I mean, they were absolutely, their breaths were taken away. Just because they were so shocked from what I had done on the inside. And the second guy's reaction was more shocked than the first. I mean, they very, very much appreciated what I'd done, but they were so shocked, like especially on the outside, because it looks pretty old and shabby on the outside of this, schoolhouse. But then to walk in, oh my God, it was hilarious, because they're just those kind of farmy country type people, and they're like, oh God, we've never had anything like this on our books before. So that was pretty funny. So I'm going to be applying that same kind of interior to my shop. So it's going to knock people out. Whether they like it or not, that's how it's going to be. But so I'm going to have my tapestries. It's going to be, I was actually deciding, do I paint the walls black, all the walls black, or this dark brown? And I think I might go with the dark brown, because a lot of my interior decor matches, look, it'll match with brown or black, but I already have brown paint, so I might just keep that. And I love stained. I've got this plywood that I fitted on the walls, and it's in black walnut, which is actually, is it black walnut or dark walnut? It's walnut, and it comes out dark brown, and I love that. So all the walls, all the ceiling is going to be this chocolate color, which is kind of close to black anyway. I've got a beautiful chandelier coming. I'm going to have my tapestries, all my gold, brassy furniture and decor. You know how it's going to be. Like, you know how I'm going to bring it, and that's how it's going to be. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Don't worry. I'll bring you along the way, and um, if I get internet at that place, maybe I can do a live stream from there. But just step by step, and I've got to get there first and start working. I don't think it'll take me long now that I have the visions and I can see how I'm going to do this. Obviously, it's going to take time, but I've already got most of the furniture. I am making some display tables though. Yeah, I do have some work. I do have some work to do. Ah, yeah. Hello, my heart beats fresh. My heart beats fresh says, "Are you ever going to go back to a fruitarian diet?" I have a pretty fruity diet now, but you know what? I feel very healthy. I am very healthy. I feel very good, and even though I'm, a little on the hefty side, I still carry it well. I will admit to you though, in wintertime, it is so hard to eat fruit, and I do eat it, but it's not as enjoyed as in the summer. Summer is just breezy for me to eat fruit, but do you know how hard it is to eat cold fruit in a cold house when it's very cold outside? It's hard, but I do eat it. Obviously, you can see I'm juicing oranges. I can't have bananas because this is what happens. And around my area, like my shops and my stores where I buy my food, they don't have that incredible variety of fruits that you might have where you are. But hey, look, if I had durian, oh my god, you have just reminded me. I have got to call my local store over in a smallish city because they were going to stock durian. But if I had durian all the time, oh look, it would be much easy because that is just, oh my gosh, it's so easy to eat. And I wouldn't care if I'm eating it in winter or summer, but I'd be eating it. And because it's a hardy fruit, because it's easy to eat. Can you actually, let me just bring this up. Okay, do you see this blender? Do you know what's in the bottom of this? I've got my avocados in here because I can't have them out because they are eaten even before the banana is eaten. So I can't even keep fruit out. And I don't want to put my fruit in the fridge and eat cold fridge fruit. No way. So I used to have the luxury of leaving my fruit out here, but I can't do that anymore. Oh gosh, it's mental. Hi, Mai. Oh, you're so sweet. The Winged Sphinx says, "I love your space and what you've done to it. I especially like the artwork you have along the counter." Oh, thank you so much. I'm actually hoping I could take the artwork with me, but that, like both of the agents said, they said this shop bench, what you've stripped back and fixed up, is actually pretty much one of your main selling points of this place. So if people want, whoever buys the place wants to keep it, I'll let them have it. So anyway, people of Earth, I'm going to depart this live stream now because I've got to go and cut soap. I've got to check on my chickens, and your girl's got work to do. Your girl has got a shop to organize. So anyway, I'm glad we covered some good subjects, and now you know what's going on with me. So not only am I moving, but I'm opening a shop, a physical shop, and I can't wait to share that experience with you. And I want to have the most delicious, well, I do, the most delicious products in this shop. And, you know, every day, look, you just don't know who's going to walk through that door. And I'll be able to dress myself again and not have to wear farm clothes all the time and big old daggy boots. I will dress every day as if Elvis is going to walk through my doors, or Jim Morrison. So that is, I'm going to be back to my normal self. I'll be able to wear makeup every day and, you know, feel good, feel good. And because I do love wearing makeup, but I don't wear it so much now. Me wearing makeup, I only put makeup on if I'm doing a live stream or if I'm going out. But other than that, it's my old hat, my old boots that have definitely seen better days, and my old farm clothes. And it'll be nice to wear something different. So 3 days a week, it's going to be my daggy old farm clothes, but 4 days of the week, your girl is going to be fitted out. Fitted out. So it'll be nice. Anyway, I love you, beautiful people. I am out of here. I've got work to do. And listen, I hope this has helped you. You know, this small example that I gave you in the start of the video, listening to that sharp intuition, and it's all about jumping at the chance and feeling the flow of that abundant energy when it comes to you, and just trusting it. Surrendering, trusting, and letting go, and just like allow the universe to work for you. You do not need to know how something is going to unfold for you, okay? But as long as you maintain that feeling, the emotional framework, you are sowing the seeds for that foundation of abundance to come into your life, and in a big way. And it's all about the small details, doing something every day. You know, so all this small little packing and small little soap, well, not small little soap making, but big soap making, all this is going towards that abundant flow of energy. And it snowballs, and it keeps you in there. And it feels good. So that's all you have to do. So then trust in your experience, and trust what your higher self is bringing you. Like I said, that night when this vision hit me, all I could do was just lay back and feel that flow and stream of visions and information and scenarios and things just to flow through me. And it did for hours. And if you feel like that with certain things in your life as well, all you can do is surrender and trust it, and then let it go. Everything happens as it's meant to, and you are always in the right place at the right time. I love you guys. I send you my blessings as always, and may you always, always, always be blessed by the supreme truth and the love of the cosmos. I love you guys. Till next time.